Hello, hello. Back again. Day drinking with David. I've just back in the store finally. Masks off. That's feeling good. Back from vacation. That's less good, but whatever. You know. You need me, Guzman?
No, I'm good, man.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Black Ops 7. Thank you for being here. You know, been a weird week. You know, the world's in a state of flux. If you haven't noticed, we've, removed all the Russian vodka, but not Stoli. It's not Russian. Andre, dude, I saw your email. I'll get back to you. I've been penning a response. I'm glad your people so far are okay. My friends in Kiev are also okay for the time being. Anyway, all very upsetting stuff, and we hope that everybody stays safe. Tasting soon? Yes, Richard, maybe, but mostly wine, I think. I don't know, maybe give us a few weeks, a couple months, who knows. Things are a bit nuts trying to figure it out, and hopefully everything get back to normal. How much vodka did you unload for $1? You know, I was trying to decide what was worse for them would be to just take them off the shelves. Honestly, jacking the price down is way worse when K&L puts your stuff up for a low price. But ultimately, we can't have this stuff. So I sold a few things at $1 just to get them moving, and then we just DC'd the rest of the stuff, and we're gonna just dump it down the drain or whatever. So that goes without saying. Stoli remains as a Latvian product. So and we're gonna fill the shelf with Ukrainian vodka as soon as I hear back from the Nemirov guys. Great. Very excited to do that. I'm sure it'll be hard to get, but we're gonna support it where we can. That's pretty nuts. That was pretty nuts. Hopefully it all works out. I mean, obviously, no, it's a total disaster, a horrible disaster, but hopefully not for much longer. I can find a way out. So I'm not sure. I wasn't sure what to taste today. In Fred Minnick's word, vodka sucks. No, specifically Russian vodka sucks. Taking a little break. Thank for all the support. Yeah. I don't blame you, man. Go Ukraine. Is Russian River beer going to be marked down too? That's funny. Oh, although right now it's kind of hard to get that stuff. We can't transfer it down to at all. Cheers, David. Got family in Kyiv, but they will try to get out soon. Yeah. I have good old friends. My parents' oldest friends are there as well. They tried to go. They couldn't go. Blah, 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 blah. I think they'll be okay. But, it's just really, really scary. But is Russian vodka revenue going to their government at all? Sort of. It's all the same kind of, group of wealthy individuals who support the apparatus. So yeah, in a way it is. It's a little thing we can do. Obviously, give money where you can, and we certainly won't be involved in aiding those companies. That goes without saying. Ving Vodka, yes, proudly made in California. There you go, Ving. Go Ving. Flo, I owe you an email as well. I'm sorry. Been away. Booze, yeah. Segue. I've got a couple new things. We're going to do rum and agave. I just couldn't bear drinking any whiskey. Let's drink tequila. We're going to start with a new brand of rum. Rare Cane. This guy Morgan has got his hands on some pretty cool stuff. This is two lots, a 2005 4 square cast strength and a 2001 high ester Jamaica. We know this rum from the Golden Devil, and then a very deftly put together blend of the two, which is kind of interesting. They've also got a high ester finished Madeira. None of these are available yet, but I believe they will be shipping next week, and I thought I'd try them here. We're going to start with the Foursquare. We're buying as much rum as we can because, like, it seems like people actually want to drink rum. Is that essentially NDP rum? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Just like, Hamilton is, or Golden Devil, Samaroli, same idea. I didn't drink much rum on vacation, mostly tequila, but, so it goes. Now we're back to rum. I was always... I'm disappointed in craft rum in a general sense because it doesn't feel like they're doing their proper research about what rum is and why it's good. But that's starting to change. There are a few out there, we've got the ones we can, and we're always looking for new ones. This is Foursquare. This is as crafty as they get. Richard Seal, one of the very great minds behind any product, and no one could argue that his distillery, it's large scale in a sense, but about as handcrafted as you can make. Oh, gorgeous nose. The Foursquare, is that an ECS? No, this is a new single cask expression from a new bottler. New rum bottler, Rare Cane. Got quite cool bottles. They've kind of mimicked the beautiful Velier bottles, which we can't get here. Come on, Luca, we want that stuff. And pretty clean, labels, and then these great selection. Small production, a few hundred bottles. When will Old Weller 107 be available? It's on the coming soon list. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, beautiful nose. Kind of not the typical Foursquare. Little bit more funk there. Just a touch. I like this a lot. Lots of cinnamon, lots of clove. There's a little bit of that funky pie. The weird thing about Foursquare, it's always blended. We've only seen one pure pot still Foursquare in the Habitation Velier line, and we tend to I've not brought a spit bucket. That's probably bad news for the rest of my day. We tend to sort of pigeonhole Foursquare because of the products that we know, but there are so many versions of it depending on how they distill it. They're now using pure, fresh cane as well. Those will be coming out. This is very tropical and bright and fun. This is 16-year-old Foursquare. Can't say how long it was aged in the tropics. Probably a relatively decent amount of time. Something semi-decent. Yeah, my spit bucket is my stomach. Yeah, definitely heavier on the pot than a lot of the exceptional cast series stuff. Less sweetness, lots of spice, bit of funk on the palate, not as much as on the nose. This is a great little Foursquare. It's not going to be inexpensive, These are 150, 170 bucks, something like that. But for 16, 17-year-old cast strength single barrel Foursquare, it's pretty good. So that's a fun one. We'll come back to that. Then I've got the Jamaica. So this is apparently Hamden 2001. Should be very, very similar to the Golden Devil we've bottled, which is nuts. Needs a drop of water for sure. but we're gonna try this straight up and see what happens. Hamden, of course, the only totally traditional estate in Jamaica, still using muck pits, dunder fermentation. You know, when we think of rum distillation, you know, we have a tendency to simplify things, molasses base versus sugarcane, or Spanish versus English style, pot still versus column, and of course it's more complicated than that, in particular in Jamaica, where you have, you know, these traditional producers, lighter color, that must have been continentally aged mostly. You have these producers like well, really only Hamden and a couple of exceptions elsewhere. But oh Jesus, this is obviously a very high ester rum, super intense. But their base for fermentation is much more complex, and that's part of where these crazy flavors come from. And they're seasonal; they can't make this rum all the time. You know, because the raw ingredients are not necessarily available, because they're blending both the muck, which is this, I would describe it as a cultivated bacteriological soup that is designed to give off these certain chemicals during fermentation. It's very, very smelly, Big Shanto. You're absolutely right, in the best way possible. And then they're also doing, of course, molasses, but maybe some cane juice as well, and some cane vinegar, some soured cane vinegar, and then dunder, of course, the leftover lees. And so all these things together in different proportions for different amounts of time result in different chemical compositions, and the resulting distillate is, you know, one of the most pungent and complex in the world. Think of it like, you know, Isla is to malt as Hamden is to, or high ester Jamaica is to pot still rums. My mouth is watering too, Jason. Cultivated bacteriological soup. It's, you know, it's a very, very unique thing. This is the Rare Cane, a new brand, not available yet, but will be in the next week, of small batch, single barrel rums. This very interesting gentleman, Morgan, bought these 2 barrels and then blended them together. And he's also got a line on some high ester rums that are being finished a la like Dr. Bird's in Madeira cask, which will be a little bit more affordable, like $60-ish, which is pretty good as well. I don't have the sample here. So those 2 rums, oh my God, that is pure olives. Definitely has a bit of Band-Aid stuff. Super bright lemon oils. Lots going on. Hi, Brett. Thanks for coming back. High ester, yeah, it's a bit of love or hate, you know, high ester rums. We have, oh my God, our Worthy Park Extra landed in Florida, so that's coming. So basically, he took these 2 rums, boom, and that's what's in this bottle. I didn't get the exact blend. He must have spent some time figuring out what that was, but let's see my blend versus his blend. We'll go 1-to-1. Oh, see, these go together great. That the richness and spice of the Foursquare with the power and intensity of the Hamden. It's really a match made in heaven. Oh my God. Yeah, this is so good. Mine's actually more Foursquare. He's got more Hamden in his. These rums are so good, and they're not cheap. This is next level stuff. You know, this is gonna be, you know, the Hamden, I think it's upwards of 200. But of course, you know, we sell the single barrel Golden Devils for 200. That's what these go for, because people who know understand that they're very special. So keep an eye out for those Rare Cane rums. They're going to be here next week. I'm ordering them today, and they should be really, really good. Next, we are going to agave. Narby's here. What's up, bro? This is wild. This is an old brand. I got a sample bottle. I thought we'd open it here. This is one of the more controversial agave products out there. It's got a lot of fancy words on the front. Porfidio, 100% blue agave. It says single agave. Like single malt, single barrel. Añejo extra. I guess that... Oh, it says first growth super Jalisco. So a lot of allusions to French. And of course, if you've got old Porfidio, it's worth lots of money. This is started by an Austrian fellow. And became quite famous for blending tequilas and supposedly distilling some. There was some controversy because his facility was outside of the designated areas. And anyway, I'm not going to actually taste this first. I just thought I'd show you the bottle. It's pretty. And then, the distillery shut down at one point and we couldn't get it. And he was even bottling at other places or blending different things. Anyway, those old bottles are worth a lot of money. So I haven't tasted the new stuff in a long time. I think they're probably diffused like one of these guys who does the diffuser and markets it as like a good thing. Next, the Primavera from Don Julio. I've been wanting to try this. This is Don Julio Reposado, finished in orange wine casks. Who knows? Maybe it's delicious. I hope so. We always sell out of this when it comes. Don Julio is such an interesting brand. There's so much interest in their stuff, particularly 1942. Oh, look at that bottle. Very unusual bottle shape. But we can't get enough. We have those big bottles right now. I couldn't believe we got those. The magnums of 1942. Great for the, for the club, whatever. But yeah, I know, Chuck, you were talking about this and how much you disliked it. So, we'll have a taste. Not everybody's got the same taste. Maybe I'll love it. Maybe. So we have those two kind of oddballs. I've got some more Jalisco stuff here. Firstly, the Perlas. Las Perlas de Jalisco. This is distilled in Jalisco, on the coast, proper Ricea, from an unclassified agave, which they are calling Chico Aguilar, 10 plus years old, very traditional production, although they do use some rolling barrels, which is typical in these regions, and distilled on, of course, wood, pot stills. And finally, we're going to try the Siempre Valles, high proof. This new batch of Siempre Valles is one of the best I've ever had, and I thought I'd open another bottle. That's all single estate agave, 7 years old, roasted in brick ovens, Tohono Press, natural fermentations in brick with fiberglass, natural yeast, all bagasse, and bottled right off the still. So stabilized in glass afterward, which is very key to high quality tequila, I think. You can see all the good producers doing that. So I think we're going to start with that, actually. I think that's the move. We'll see. And the lottery's all done. So if you didn't get anything, shoot me an email. I guess I missed you or something. Assuming you got the original email. We shall see. We had a couple people, sneaky people trying to sneak in. Sneaky Pete. Siempre Valles money. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's perfect. Siempre Valles is nuts. And considering the prices that you're seeing for much lower quality stuff, mass market stuff, blah, 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 they're extremely affordable. The amount of work that goes into producing just one bottle of this is so upsettingly high. that it's incredible we ever got this stuff for cheap. And oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God, Joe, buy one of these, bro. Oh God. So this is very much in the classic lowland style. So big note of roasted pumpkins and squash, olives, citrus, pepper. Oh my God, it's so good. Thanks, bro. All boxes now. Thanks for all the hard work on the lottery. I have to be perfectly honest. I went on vacation and my colleague up north, Andrew, handled the huge majority of it. So yeah, this is all Tohono Press, guys, which is an important factor, although I found less important than I once believed it to be. I've had great Tohono Press stuff, and it's a good start because it means someone's thinking about making it the right way. But it's certainly not the most important thing, if even for making high quality tequila, if even that important. Ultimately, what it means is someone's trying. But I've had also Tohono stuff that it was totally worthless, and so it's not the be all and end all. But that is an important factor here. And then the brick fermentation, brick ovens, of course, that's a must. No autoclaves for me, baby. In this case, fermentation with the bagasse, which is something that I really believe is important, but not everybody, even traditional producers, do. Fortaleza, they don't use that. Tohono Press is the, good question, 800 and runnin'. The Tohono Press is this traditional piece of machinery that is used to crush the roasted agave. The fibers are collected here and then added into fermentation. And usually there's kind of like a slit on the edges so that they can pull the juice off, although not everybody has that. And this would be what I would call traditional technology. They use it all over Oaxaca, 5 or 6, now more 10 distilleries, maybe 10 plus distilleries in Jalisco using it. The very, very traditional producers would use other methods, wooden mallets, axes, and other things to press the agave, but this is significantly more efficient than that. And of course, roller mill is much more efficient than that. I think the way you crush the agave is very important ultimately for the flavor. But Fuente Seca is made with high pressure autoclave. Chuck, I've heard differently. Maybe we should ask Enrique. It is all autoclave, but typically not pressurized, so it's a much slower roast than someone else. How is Sambury? Metal, excellent. The Jorge Perez that we have right now is nuts and very, 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 very. Have I lost the sound again? Is this for real? No. Tell me I haven't. Anyway, we shall see. I'm sure I'll get the thumbs down soon. In any case, oh my God, the nose on the Sambury Valles is just intoxicating. It's so special. I can't even figure out the words to describe it. On the palate, it's quite striking. It's linear, but at the same time quite oily. You don't really feel the heat, although it's got a little more body than most Blanco tequilas. Oh gosh, well, that's really, really good stuff. I don't know if there's a better Lowland Blanco on the market today. This is a particularly good batch as well. Batch 9. We don't note the batches on our website, but this is the freshest batch. New labels. Pretty. Oh, Mike's having sound problems. Sound's out of sync. Oh well, that's a bummer. Okay, moving on to something a little bit more unusual. So due west of the Valley of Tequila. You got the coast, Puerto Vallarta, all this stuff. And to the south of Puerto Vallarta, a region of mezcal production. Of course, not called mezcal there, but if you said mezcal, they would know exactly what you're talking about. Normally, they would call it vino or raicilla, which is the local name for mezcal. El Tesoro. What's the question? What's the question, Brian, about El Tesoro? Oh, good. Sound fix. Good news. UHF fan. It's like watching an old karate movie. That's weird. Some people are in and other people are out. What did I miss? Your comparison with Cascaween Tohono. It's very, very similar. The big difference being, I think Cascaween Tohono is using some distiller's yeast, and it's cut to 42%. So that's the big difference between these two. But this batch of Valles is particularly special. Now onwards to the raicilla. The maestro here, Santiago Diaz Ramez. The taberna, they call it, which is the distillery, is Hacienda El Divisadero. Chico Aguilar, the unclassified, Oh, Chuck, thank you for the information. It is indeed true that Fuente Seca uses autoclaves, but they are low pressure, so not pressurized. So a slow cook on steel. I think it's proof that you can make good tequila with modern techniques if you do it right. El Tesoro Blanco comparison. The big difference... now I know what you mean, Brian. Thank you. The big difference is lowland versus highland. In terms of production, they're quite similar. Both bagasse, both Tohono Press, the high proof. Both are distilled to low proof compared to most tequilas. But I'd say with El Tesoro, you get much more brightness, floral, fruity character. With this, you get that earthy, olivey, roasted like pumpkin, squashy type flavors. Thank you for the accent. Okay, great accent. Okay, thanks, buddy. Autoclaves are actually okay. They do well in blind taste tests too. Yeah, and of course, part of why tequila has become modernized is that the flavors, while someone like me is very interested in these hyper powerful, complex flavors, most people smell this and they're like, oh my God, that's really, really intense. And that, we're lucky we're selling to the more advanced drinker. And oftentimes people who get interested in tequila, it doesn't take them long to upgrade, especially now that you have more information about what's going on. Because once you start to like that flavor, you start to crave having it. And you'll get little bits of it in some of the more modern stuff, but not necessarily. That Fuente Seca 2013 Blanco is one of the best tequilas I've ever had. Exquisite stuff. Benchmark. Agreed. And that was autoclave, so there you go. Tequila Ocho Plata thoughts. Beautiful. Super high quality. No Tohono there. All roller mill. But clean, bright, fresh, authentic, old school, single estate. Not as bold and rich and complex as the Siempre Valles, which is just an absolute monster. Oops. Anyway, on to the raicilla. I haven't had this yet. I was really excited to try it. This is distilled in 2018. I don't know why it took so long. Only 186 liters. So 250 bottles, give or take. 48% alcohol. This is made in the village of Cabo Corrientes. I have no concept of where that is. But why aren't tequilas proofed higher like you see with other spirits? That's a complicated answer. Mostly it's because of consumer taste. In Mexico, a huge amount of the tequila is sold at 38%. And most people who are looking to get in tequila want something that's soft and easy. I mean, tequila benefits from being one of the few distilled spirits, tequila and agave spirits in general, that can be exquisitely complex with no processing after distillation whatsoever. But in that same sense, because it can be so powerfully flavored and complex, it can be too much for, some people. And so at 80 proof, also it's a matter of balance. I've had a lot of opportunity to try high proof tequilas thinking that they would be really special and like that much better in the way that cask strength single malt is, or bourbon or what have you. And it's not always the case. I mean, I think it's also not traditional for people to drink tequila at high proof in the sense that, for the last 100 years, they've been bottling it at this proof. But of course, in mezcal, all the time, 48%, that's kind of low these days for mezcal. It's more or less the same stuff. So yeah, you can't sell underproof tequila here in this country. It's got to be at least 80 proof. But in Mexico, it's regular to see it at 35, 37, 38%. Whereas mezcal, typically, they're making decisions about the proof based on flavor. So, the most traditional producers are adjusting to proof based on heads and tails. The heads being the very high alcohol, super aromatic portion of the distillation, the tails having more acidity and lower alcohol, using those two things to balance, not based on a particular alcohol they're looking for necessarily, these very traditional producers, but just on a flavor profile they're looking for. You guys set the bar at ensuring you only offer great tequilas. Are you getting any Cascaween Cerro de Luz? Yes, it's going to be minuscule. Like, I'd be surprised if we got more than 12 bottles. But yes, I'm trying the best. Yeah, I wish we could only sell traditional production tequila, but ultimately this is a commercial operation, and there's a lot of interest in some of these bigger brands, which we'll taste later. And I am going to always support those smaller traditional producers, but I also got to give people what they want. So it is what it is. Some distillers let you taste some tequila batches at 50+%. It's delicious and complex. Agreed, Film Sushi. Yeah, you can find Tapatio 110 proof. Of course, at 47%, the high proof from San Revalles. There are a number of distilleries now offering higher proof things because the we've got a tequila fight in the chat. I love it. In any case, we've got more options now, and that's really to do with the marketplace. That's the reason. Okay, this is different. God, it's such a different world, mezcal. So immediately meatier, beefier, saltier, but still little hints of beautiful citrus. One thing I love about Raicilla is the tendency to have great acidity, which for food is so key. This isn't too vegetal, but there's definitely a green spearminty thing to it. Oh, now the veggie is coming out. It's just like forest, pure forest. Mike and Chuck are going at it. Mike swears by the repo of, I don't know, some brand, I missed the name. Thoughts on the Patron limited releases like the Sherry Cask or Estate releases? Meh. Sure. We'll see. I don't know. I'm indifferent, mostly, to that stuff. Most modern tequila, I'm pretty indifferent to. That said, I'm trying the Primavera, so we'll see. So this has got some smoke to it as well, which is not atypical, but sometimes we have less. Oh, yeah. Very, very peppery, very wild. Salty. It's not as zingy and zippy. Now I can actually sell this to mezcal people sometimes. Sometimes some of these raicillas are too angular and high acid for even people who are used to Oaxacan mezcal. That's pretty tasty. It's very spicy. It's like sucking on like a clove just on fire. It's roasted clove just all day long. I really like this. It's wild stuff. Chico Aguiar, the only one you'll find out there. It's a good brand. Okay, on to the big cheese here. Don Julio Primavera. Chuck's already expressed his doubts about this one. We heard that. But, you know, I'm willing to give anything a fair shake. It's for sale. Should be for sale. Maybe it's not been loaded up yet. They usually sell really quick. I should probably take it out of the system here. Can I get it open without a knife? I think I can. You know, some might like the bottle. I think it's, you know... I miss the old 1942 leaf bottle, but, you know, there it goes. So this is the Primavera, finished in orange wine cask. I was thinking when I first saw this, how nuts is it for them to have put this in orange wine? You know, the weirdest possible wine you could use. Then we found out that it's actually wine flavored with oranges. So that's not at all what I was expecting. I guess some sort of Spanish orange flavored wine. We've just bought a barrel of plantation rum that has been finished in the same. And I quite like that. So it is what it is. Not for everybody, I guess, but we'll see. Let's see what they've done with this. Orange flavored wine. Looks almost like liqueur in terms of its texture, although it's not got a lot of legs there. Oh, it's very medicinal. No, it's not medicinal. Doesn't smell anything like tequila, though. Let's see if it... good test to see if they've put sugar in there is throw some on your hands and see how sticky it gets. Yeah, it's a bit... That's, you know, it is what it is. It's very out of the norm in terms of the nose. You know, it's not quite as pungently orangey as I was kind of expecting it. I think the orange... So yeah, it's white wine that's been sweetened and then rested with... with orange peels in it. How unusual. Well, yeah, that is unusual. I guess it kind of feels a little bit like Clase Azul to me in that it's got that other layer to it. You know, very out of the norm. Not at all what I would expect. What a weird and unusual product. Very outside of the typical flavors we expect. Does Angel's Envy Rye pass the hand test? Well, I don't know, man. This isn't quite as sticky as I was expecting it to be. Anyway, that's great. On to the big cheese. Let's see if this is any good anymore. This is also not for sale yet, but I thought we'd taste it together. Chris, I didn't say anything, man. Yeah, Perfidio. That's their extra añejo, so at least 3 years old. They call it Super Jalisco. Who knows how this is made? I was never able to get a straight answer from anybody on how it's made. It's supposedly small pot stills. They talk about hydrolysis. Is that Pasote? No, that's Perfidio. An old brand that's, you know, pretty expensive stuff. They did the cactus in bottle, which, a lot of producers hate because, of course, agave is not a cactus. And, whoa, this is a wood bomb. Smells like French oak. It is cool looking. Apparently this is huge in Japan. I don't know. It's quite expensive. It's cool looking. I don't know. I wonder, there's just not a lot of agave there, though. It kind of tastes like craft whiskey to me. Maybe my taste buds are off after the Primavera, but I wonder what the wood treatment is here. It's got Japanese writing on the side. That's cool. Big in Japan. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the Siemens Valles. Moving on. At least that's not for sale. Okay. So, yeah, that's all I got, guys. Just some rum and some tequila. I don't think I'm going to do any giveaways, so all you bourbon guys, if you don't want to hang out, you don't have to. Kind of just, we're getting over got to get through let the dust settle from the lottery. This Siemens Valles, though, guys, come on. Oh, my God, it's nuts. I can't wait to see what this is like in some third fill ex-bourbon. David Suro tends to use a lot of new oak in his aged products, which I don't blame him because you want to put the highest quality stuff in the barrel. But sometimes you got to appreciate what the agave does without the intrusiveness of the oak. Oh, let's talk Kavalan. Don't you love that, Sandiddy? Great call. How is it possible? I don't know, man. These guys are nuts. I don't know what to say. We almost sold out of that port cask. Did you end up picking anyone for... Yes, Rock Hill and Hancock. Nobody wanted the Hancock, incredibly. Someone emailed after and said, oh, I'll take it. But literally 2 people put Hancock on their thing and didn't get picked. I should probably pick again, but I went on vacation. And Elmer got picked last week. Yeah, the Kavalan is nuts. Nutso. Amazing prices. We have the bourbon. There's plenty of bourbon available with the VAP, with the awesome glass in the cool box. I can't believe it. And then we're expecting to get Moscatel and hopefully some PX, also at very good prices. There's still a little bit of the port barrel that'll be available. So keep an eye out for that. Been seeing some Laphroaig single cask being picked directly through the distillery. Are you guys looking at that? Yes, we are. We were supposed to go this week. We were supposed to be at Laphroaig to pick a barrel, but then they decided that was, I guess, too soon. Yeah, the Kavalan ex-bourbon, years ago, we sat on 3 or 4 barrels for months and months and months, and we amazingly didn't have to close them out, but now it's impossible to get the stuff. And I just, I'm so happy that we're able to get it to you at a great price. Port cask Kavalan, yeah, there's a little bit left. We're going to process the pre-orders, and then those will load back up. Brian, if you want one, let me know. I can get that for you. Yeah, keep an eye out for Moscatel and PX. Of course, those are much more expensive. Normally $500 to $600, and now they'll be $3-ish. As for Laphroaig barrels, yes, that's happening. And we're waiting for them. I haven't seen the pricing. That's the big question. I think we'll see. They've done single cask of ex-sherry. If you guys can get that exclusive. Yeah, well, we're definitely getting something. Depends on the price. 8 to 10-year-old Laphroaig, much easier to sell at $150 than $300. So we'll see. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Kavalan's coming. soon. The ex-bourbon will be here in about a month. The port cask is here. And then I'm going to Scotland. I'm going to Scotland in exactly 2 weeks. Any other cool store picks coming up soon? Well, I don't know. What do you mean by cool? I've just picked 4 barrels of Hamilton rum. Those are pretty exciting. 2, I believe, Clarendons, and a Foursquare, and a Port Morant. All in that sort of 9 to 12 year range, all less than $100 or right around that sort of price point. So that's coming. There's still bourbon. I mentioned last time that we found out that our Buffalo Trace barrels, the Weller, the Stag, and the Eagle Rare are not bottled yet. I have the mark that they disclosed was not. Someone's asking about the Clarendon mark that was used. Are not the valid ones, or not the typical ones. So I'm still trying to get the exact. It's medium ester, from my tasting. Thank you, Andre. We will have fun in Scotland, although it's not our normal Scotland trip, which is a bummer, because we normally take a week and a half and go all over town. Instead, we are flying into Glasgow. We are powering through as many meetings as we can in 3 days, and then we're home. So there you go. It's been cool to see you do all the tastings of your Gordon MacPhail lineup. Yeah, we've been so lucky to have Gordon MacPhail. We just Dan, yeah, I picked actually the rare characters. Andrew was on leave when they came through, so I picked them. They're excellent. Quality is top notch. I didn't distinguish them by debonair and bourbonair. Oh my God, Kevin. No, we're not going live, buddy. The rare characters up north are excellent. Same quality that we've had. I didn't make a distinction between which one is better or not. I literally just put one label on one and one on the other. Wondering if there's any update on the KNL app. No, nothing in particular. Hopefully soon. Still working on it, Excited for the new rare characters you got coming as well. Yeah, we have 2 more barrels. I've got to do the artwork for it. Yeah, those first 2 were pretty good. Those rare characters are great. Pablo's killing it. A lot of bourbon picks from your trip. No, I didn't drink any bourbon. I drank exclusively tequila and wine. Bourbon's not the best hot weather drink. Can do, but yeah, that's all I got, guys. Pretty fun tasting the Sembre Valles. That's a real winner. Any tequila picks in the pipeline? Pushing for some stuff. The next obvious thing, we're trying to get another San Matias. Fortaleza, of course, come on. The only other ones I've seen, I like Kohana. We sell Kohana. It's awesome. Highly recommend that if you're going to go Hawaiian. Weller foolproof barrel coming soon, or was that the lottery only? No, we have a barrel. It's in, I just mentioned it. It is still in barrel, waiting to be bottled. No Fortaleza incoming. I don't know if they'll do that again this year. San Matias is great. I just brought in some regular San Matias, which is also great for $40. 3-year-old extra añejo. That's an undervalued distillery. How close is the yak barge? Puchegu's like next week or the week after. That's really happening finally, and that's really exciting. 5 vintages of Puchegu. Why is Fortaleza so hard to get? Well, it's a tiny distillery. It's made in the traditional way. They can't really expand, although they bought the property across the way, so they are going to be making more. But there's just so much you can do in that space. The glass is hand blown. Those tops are handmade, and then all it takes is one quick Google search for best tequila to find out that everybody thinks Fortaleza is the best, or one of the best, So yeah, that's it. It's pretty straightforward, supply demand sort of thing. I drink a lot of Oro de Cava, looking to branch out. Well, Tapatio Excelencia. That's gonna be your breakthrough into more traditional production. Big, rich, oaky, but no sweeteners, no additives. Real deal stuff. Leaving for Scotland week after next. Yeah, but 3 days quick. I'll definitely pop in and out here if I can, or throw some stuff up on the stories. Do lotto items not selected get shuffled into next year, or may they show up elsewhere? Brett, don't have a good answer for you. They may go on the shelf. Most everything serious is spoken for. All the heavy hitters are gone. Thoughts on Maguey Malate bottles? I think they're amazing. Thank you for mentioning them. I've just sat down with the new bots. Get them. Yeah, we're doing less of the. We've got some tricks for the bots these days. Doing more just like on the shelf, just like show up in the store on the shelf thing. So, sorry for all our friends in Sacramento or Ukiah or San Diego. But it pays to pop in the shop. You know that better than anyone, Brett. Any word on the new Angel's Envy Ice Cider Cask? I haven't had any information on that. Not a lot of communication there from McCarty on ETAs, but everything's all messed up, so you know how it goes. Nobody knows what's happening. Did you process a lot of stuff while on vacation, or leave it for poor Andrew? Jason, you got it. I went on vacation, not on purpose, during the lottery, but yes, I did very little of the processing. Of course, a robot could do it, a monkey could do it. It's literally mind-numbing. And I'm making it up to Andrew. Don't worry. He's not getting out without a little something to say thank you. So there you go. But it's not as if my participation affects the process in any way. It is a very straightforward, random selection that's mind-bogglingly slow to produce and execute. Does Old Forester not do 100 proof picks anymore? That's accurate, Big Shanto. It's either cast strength or 90 proof picks anymore. They only do 100 proof and cast strength. I need to do a pickup run. Come by, Andre. I'd love to see you, buddy. I'll be here tomorrow and Saturday. Easier to beat the bots than get to the Hollywood store during the week. That's funny. Smoke Wagon Uncut showing up again anytime soon? I hope so. They owe me big time. At least with one eye. Oh, Brian, how's your eye, buddy? I'm sorry. I hadn't asked earlier. I've been meaning to reach out. Tell Andrew to put on stuff on the Redwood City shelves. We're actually working on that. Yeah, Etienne, don't worry. We're going to do more of that in both San Francisco and Redwood City. I would love to volunteer to help for free. I hope that this will be our last lottery ever. So I think next year we're going to have a very, very different system, although in terms of the execution, although the criteria will likely be similar. Stag Junior pick update. Yeah, not bottled yet. Very, very bummed about that. Second Redwood City location would be helpful. You need a second one in Redwood City? The traffic gotten that bad? Second LA location, I think, is going to be helpful. West LA shop opening soon? I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. You ask every time. Century City. Do you live in Century City? I didn't realize you were that far out. Bring me a location in the Central Coast. Oh, God. Open up in Inland Empire OC. A lot of demand, huh? Which launches first? App or Century City's not a thing, guys. Where did that come from? Brian, you are 100% responsible for starting that rumor. Coming here and asking every week about the Century City location that was never a thing. You got Italy out there. Just go drink some Amaro. I've been moving out of state and was wondering how long y'all are willing to hold bottles before they picked up. We start sending you angry emails around 30 days, and they just get more and more pestery. But we won't charge you. We won't break your bottles or drink them. Brett, I don't think Monrovia is in the cards. I'm so sorry. Nor is Fresno. I apologize to all our friends in Fresno. But we have excellent shipping rates. Don't forget about Roseville if you're looking to expand. Oh, God. I think Northeast LA could use a shop. I live right there, so I'll go advocate for that. South Bay would be nice. Oh my God, Oakland and Berkeley. I think East Bay could use a shop. I'll be honest there. Any Blantons just to keep the streak alive? Thank you, La Formula. It wouldn't be day drinking without a Blanton's question. The answer is no. There's no Blantons, but there's Eagle Rare in LA this week. Shh. Question it into reality. LOL. Century City. There's no space in Century City. Where are we going to go? The Westfield Mall? No, we're not going to go there. Isn't Hollywood already close enough distance-wise to WeHo? I would agree with that. It's really not very far. We also deliver all over the city. Free of charge. I guess you can't really walk in the shop and grab a Blanton's that way, but... It's bottled in Bondi? Oh my God, you're kidding. That's embarrassing. I guess I should have known. Century City is the absolute worst. Oh, yes. What about how do you feel about Culver City? It's very expensive there. I like Culver, though. It's so far from me, though. Happy Bottle and Bond. I guess you should have done Bottle and Bond bourbon. I don't. That's a great call. Oh, we've already been here almost an hour, guys. Look at this. Time flies. Yes to Culver. Sociologian says yes to Culver. Okay, noted. God, the Samurai Bias is so good, guys. Culver's getting a total. Danger. Bye, Brian. Feel better, buddy. Thanks for coming through. Sam Revias, though, guys. Single estate. Wow. This stuff is nuts. Okay. Well, if there's any... Still not too late to bottle and wine. I'm not going to drink bourbon right now. It's already too late for that, but I'm glad someone's paying attention. Mike, I'm so glad you stopped by, buddy. It's great seeing you. Thank you for all your support. Yes, Andre, anything to lighten the mood. I'll have a couple for you tonight, brother. Hope all your people are okay. Any news on those Laphroaigs? Yeah, they're on the water, waiting. Open an Alcatraz Island shop. That's a great idea. Keep all the allocated items there. Perfect. Have you heard about the Hamden HLCF? I have. I have no ETA. I don't even know if it's coming. Was there trivia today? No. I took a day off trivia because of the lotto and just life getting back into things. So sorry, Bourbon Bros. And I had to say I was not wrong. Bourbon trivia much more popular than everything else. Got like 140 plus submissions for Elmer and like 28 for Fourth Place of Winter Blend. Weather 107 on the coming soon page. All the crazy stuff on the coming soon page is likely Lotto Relic stuff. So no, probably not, Dan, but maybe. I can't say for sure. I don't have any 107 for sale in Hollywood, but NorCal, you never know. Yes, a very chill and informative live stream today. That is my goal. Ruku Muku Rukamaka. Anyway. Scotch trivia. I wish I had some fun scotch to give away, but I can't get anything cool in Scotland. I did get one bottle of Lagavulin 12-year-old special release, which I guess I have to save for next year's lottery, because what am I going to do with one bottle? That's nuts. I remember when we used to get as much as we wanted. Is store stuff in the store that isn't online? Generally not, but there is the occasion where we have a day or two lag, particularly when we're getting things in all stores to avoid things going back and forth online. So those sometimes do get in the shelf. So yeah, definitely worth popping in and asking about. Be kind to your salesperson, and they might have something there. Any updates on the Domaine de las Graves Bourgeoisie backpacker? Yeah, the update is that they missed the boat because they couldn't get the truck down the road into the Domaine. So we missed 2 boats, actually. Now they've moved the product to Bordeaux, and we'll be on the next boat. So that got delayed. So yeah, love that. But I should have been wary because, of course, our shippers are generally bringing, 18-wheelers. I'm like, this is a little tiny farm in the little middle of nowhere. So yeah. Next time, I'll know better. Send the minivan. I mean, it's 270 bottles. It's tiny. It's nothing. I know of like 10 people that got in it for the lottery. How many RRs were you sitting on? 10 people got it for the lottery. Yeah, a lot of people put it very high on their list. When you put Pappy, Weller, Russells. In NorCal, we had a few cases. So yeah, it was like 24 bottles, something like that. I got very, very little down here. So there you go. Cool reason for the delay. Yeah, I mean, it's actually not the first time that's happened, but yeah, I should be more aware of it. Love the Wilderness Trail glass. I love Wilderness Trail. I wish we could do more with them. Always want to do more with them. They're great. Dr. Pat, Shane, awesome guys. Do you get that from Eureka? I don't know where I got it. I think I got it from them. I've been to the distillery 2 or 3 times. Very cool place. Very cool place. Meat with whiskey. Yeah. So no drawing today. Nope. You can go if you've had enough. You won't be missing anything. 1 bottle for a regular year release of Lagavulin 12 cask strength. How is that even an allocation? That is sad. Sigh. Vic, we couldn't agree with you more. It's not the regular 12-year. It's the 12-year they've now deemed a special release. There may be more allocation. NorCal should get a bigger allocation. They always get more of this stuff. So we'll see. Do NorCal and SoCal get their own allocations for everything? Yes. Totally separate markets. All of our distributors, all of the large distributors treat them separately and treat us separately. So we're kind of like the big dog up in NorCal and do a lot more, have a much longer history there and get bigger allocations because of that. We also have 2 stores up there, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. I can rattle my saber here and there when I need to, but I do as much. I probably get more than my fair share, to be honest. We're busy. We're obviously a very busy store for spirits here, but so it goes. Do you think Eagle Rare will drop the age statement? I've been assured by Sazerac that they will not. Missed out on the Primavera tasting. Did you like it? Yeah. Who does better sales for liquor? San Francisco and LA are pretty neck and neck. The Primavera is very unusual. Not at all was I expecting. I was kind of expecting it to be more orangey. So I was kind of taken aback. I'll have to spend more time with it to give you an honest opinion of what I think of it as a product. I liked it. Didn't feel like super over the top sweetened or adulterated beyond the very odd flavors. So it goes. I'm not gonna hate on somebody else's jam, but it's certainly not my style. Who does better sales for liquor? Yeah, SF and LA are very neck and neck. Redwood City's not far behind. All our stores do great for liquor. Fortaleza Winter Blend a lot better than the regular Repo. I haven't had this year's. I think there's much more French oak in the Winter Blend. Who knows? I'm sure it is very good. Will there be an Isla Distillery official bottling single cask? Isla Distillery official bottling single cask. Will there be any Isla Distillery official bottling single cask? Yes, Laphroaig is happening as long as the price is right. You must try Fortaleza, Andre. It's hard to find, but come find me one day and we'll make sure it works. Chuck says that Fortaleza Winter Blend is the best one yet. Okay, there you go. Good sign. Yeah, Fortaleza is very, very good. Although Siempre Valles and Cascawin do mad game. Laphroaig is happening. We're always looking for Kilchoman barrels. I think we have one in the pipeline there. That's all I got. That's all I got from Isla. Distillery bottlings. We've got some great Kalila coming, but independent. Fortaleza still strength is very good, Chuck. You're right. That is also accurate. I can drop off samples of this year's if you need. No, I'll just crack one. I'll crack one with Andre. He deserves it. And thank you. I have one in the stash. Any plans to put one of those tools at checkout where you select any buses, boats, or street signs? No, they won't do that. Foodie Versal, they won't do that. Although we have, started a kind of to block people who are super refresher bot type people. So there is been some movement on that. And as I've been saying for months, the bots feel like they're a big problem, but the bigger problem is that you're about 10,000 deep fighting for 6 bottles on all these allocations. So there you go. It's the way it is. That's why we're trying to find new ways. We'll be, along with the launch of our mobile app, we'll be featuring a new service to allocate product for regular customers that'll be a little bit more like lottery throughout the year. Any juicy details about the folks who snuck into the lottery? No, just people who sent in responses that never got the email. So, I mean, it's just a little bit of time waste for us once we figure out that you're not in. That's all there is. I can't stand CAPTCHAs. See, Mike, you know what's up. Foodie is called a CAPTCHA. It's called a CAPTCHA. Yes. Did you try the production of Capital Liquors Rye from Davis? No, I haven't tried it. I saw it up north. I was very intrigued. Andrew said it was pretty good. Can you suggest tablets in your store for people to look at inventory since not everything is on the shelves? Some phones, T-Mobile get poor reception indoors. I've actually talked about that. Yeah, that's hopefully something in the future that will be better available. Of course, you can always ask, a staff member to help you. We all have our little handhelds now, so we can really look up anything. But browsing inventory is a little difficult. Maybe just throwing some Wi-Fi out there for people would fix the problem. But the LA store is like a lead box. That's true. This year's winter blend has some Marsala wine barrel maturation. Vic, you are a wealth of knowledge. Why not sell package deals for the allocated like you did for the Hirsch? Well, Lightban 85. You'd be surprised how many people don't like that. We get as much flack for that as we do for other things. Hi, Richard. And in the end, we only do it when we have to. So we did the Hirsch because they insisted that we do it. We did those other bundles during COVID because that's what they wanted us to do. And so it was sort of like, obviously they can't say, oh, we will only sell you this if you do that. But, we're trying to make our partners happy, and that's what they want. So voila. So we're gonna try to avoid the quid pro quo 1 for 1 or buy 2 of this, get 1 of that. It just, not only is it extremely labor intensive to do, I want people to be buying stuff that they want, and in the end, if you get lucky with the Blantons here and there, and that, that's what you buy from us, so be it. Walking the store or clicking on the website at the right time. What I love is, people who are actually drinking, to come and want to buy their bourbon here, regardless of whether it's allocated or not. And that's the plan. So it goes. Box looks cool, but man, they want an arm and a leg. Yeah, I don't know what that, it's three. Oh, you're talking about the Remus repeal gift boxes coming in, and also pricing error. Not a pricing error. that is just the price. Do you want one? It's the 3 first batches, though. BIB bundle was cool, Chuck. I agree with you. That was a great one. We did have some opportunity there where we were like able to say, hey, give us, let's put together a bundle that we like. So oftentimes I was pretty happy with our bundles. I don't think we've ever thrown a stinker bundle out there, which is why they do so well, and I appreciate that. But we can only do it when it makes sense. Certainly we're going to do it if it means getting more allocation for our customers, but voila. How does special order work? I noticed that under quantity on hand, the Kavlans, but I wasn't sure if I can order more than one. Yeah, order as many as you want. Kavlan's open. It'll have an allocation limit if there is one. The special orders are basically like a reservation. We don't charge your card until the bottle's here. Just trying to gauge interest and get the orders in advance so that it's easy to process, because we're going to have a lot of interest in that. And we took a huge chunk of it. Are you getting Foursquare sovereignty? I think so. If so, when? I don't know. ETAs on everything are up in the air. I heard, I think sovereignty is supposed to be summer, but I can't remember. I have to look. Shoot me an email and I'll look at my notes. All right. Okay, guys, I'm all getting on an hour and 15 here. I've got other things to do. Not that I don't love hanging out with you. So I'm going to sign off. But yeah, guys, get that Samurai Valles and check out the Raicilla, man. This stuff's nuts. Primavera, if you want to go down that weird rabbit hole, that should be up soon. And yeah, you probably won't be seeing the other stuff on the shelf. Rare Cane, too. Oh my God, those were good, right? Dang, keep an eye out for that. Mike, thanks for coming through, guys. Everybody be well. Andre, take her easy, brother.